time for Donkey of the Day.
I'm a big boy, I can take it. If he feel I deserve it, ain't no big deal.
I know Charlamagne guy gonna have some funny shit say out his mouth.
If you gotta say something you may not agree with, doesn't mean I'm mean.
Who's getting that donkey?
That donkey, don't.
Donkey of the Day, right there.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
You can call me the Donkey of the Day, but I mean no harm.
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Wednesday, October 16th goes to the Indiana State Police in Indiana. You all must really like doing paperwork, okay? In fact, before we move on, I want to salute all the cops out there who have bigger fish to fry, all the law enforcement officials on this planet who don't stick to the rivers and lakes they are used to because they too busy chasing waterfalls. We don't discuss that enough. Okay, TLC told us not to chase waterfalls, but sometimes those rivers and lakes are too small and we don't need to stick to them. We need to chase the big-ass waterfalls, and there is a lot of cops that understand that. What do I mean when I say that? Well, if I was a police officer and I pulled somebody over for something petty, something small, I don't even want to call it a petty crime, just like an infraction, like failing to pay fines related to minor traffic violations or parking tickets. If I was a cop and I pulled someone over for that, I would be like, hey, man, go home, pay your ticket. If you don't pay your ticket, I'm locking your ass up next time I catch you, okay? There's just so many non-violent, low-level infractions that usually end up with people being jailed, but it's usually things people shouldn't be in jail for. And that is why I am giving the Indiana State Police Donkey of the Day today, because it was a dark and lonely night. A state trooper was patrolling the southwestern part of the state when he spotted a 51-year-old man named John McKee driving a little Jeep with no lights. That is a reason to pull somebody over, but there's a lot more to the story. So let's go to WAVE News for the report, please.
The man was 51-year-old John McKee from Vincennes, Indiana, and he was arrested for driving a Power Wheels Jeep at night while under the influence of marijuana and meth. Now, at the beginning of this video, you can see McKee pull off the road in that blue Power Wheels Jeep. The officer in the video then stops him, soon performs several field sobriety tests, which McKee fails. He's then arrested and taken to the hospital for several blood tests, and take a listen to his reaction when he finds out he's being charged with DUI.
DUI, that's still bad. That is still a vehicle. No, I'm not. That is still a vehicle. I was talking about that. So you talked to the wrong person.
Oh man, that's all I have to say about that. McKee was later charged with operating a vehicle with a prior conviction, which is a felony. He's since been released.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was.
All right, thanks so much, Ward.
Now, I know what you're thinking. How the hell did he fit into a Power Wheel at his big age? Okay? There's two of those in my house. My 9-year-old and 6-year-old have one. And if I could sit my thick ass in one of those Power Wheels and drive it, I would. They look so fun, but I can't. So how the hell was John McKee able to do that? That's number one. Number two, I know what you're thinking. What grade of weed was he smoking? I want some. Or was it the meth and Mary all I need combo platter that made him say, let me get in this Power Wheel and hit the road, okay? He must have been so high that the Power Wheel looked like an actual Jeep to him. It must have looked like an actual car, okay? That's why he got in it and took off down the road. I've been high like this before. Okay, when I was much younger. And when you this high, you can be speeding and think you going slow, or you can be going slow and think you speeding. I wonder, did the Indiana State Police ask him, sir, do you know why we stopped you? Because the reality is, they don't even know why they stopped him. If you stop somebody in a Power Wheel, you got to be wondering what the hell's going on. I would have paid to see that. John McKee was probably so high, he had no clue he was even being stopped. But anyway, listen, Indiana State Police, I understand locking him up on the drug charges. I understand locking him up on the public intoxication. I even understand him getting locked up for operating a non-street legal vehicle on public roads. But where I draw the line is a DUI. Okay, giving a man a DUI because he's driving a Power Wheel high off meth and weed is insanity. This man posed no threat to the public. What was he doing, 7 miles per hour in a 55? The whole point of DUIs is people are drunk operating vehicles that can actually kill you. I don't even think Power Wheels go fast enough to kill bugs that run into the windshield. Okay, the worst part of this story is that some poor child no longer has a Power Wheels Jeep because I'm sure it was impounded. Imagine being a cop doing paperwork for this. This is why I said earlier, sometimes you have to not stick to the rivers and lakes that you're used to and chase the waterfalls. This arrest was a lake, okay, more like a river that somebody cried and someone else should have built a bridge over, and the Indiana State Police should have got over it because this was nonsense. Please give the Indiana State Police the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
You are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yeehaw.
When you sober up, how do you explain that?
You don't. You try to get high again. You get high again to forget the stupid.
All the things you ride in, like what?
A goddamn Power Wheel. It really don't make no sense. Just like my microphone falling off, just now don't make no sense. I'm gonna fix it though.
Microphone falling off, you falling off.
It's crazy. Anyway, yesterday we had an audio town hall with the Vice President, Madam Kamala Harris. And one thing I loved about the town hall is the talkback feature that we use. You know, the talkback feature, I told you, if you go to the iHeart podcast page, iHeart radio app, go to Breakfast Club podcast, tap the microphone. You could have sent in your questions. We had thousands and thousands of questions. Definitely couldn't get to all of them within an hour. But I do want to thank everybody who used the talkback feature. And I want to thank everybody from Detroit who was there. You know, I shouted them out earlier. Pastor Kenlock, Zeke from New Era, Iceware Bezel, Eric Thomas, Sharon, the program director, Bushman, all of those individuals. But I want to know what you, the listeners, thought of the conversation. Just from, you know, hearing it. What did you think of the audio town hall? What did you think of what you heard this morning on the Breakfast Club from the Madam Vice President? So can we open the phone lines, LL Cool Bay?
We should.
Yes,
we should.
1-800. What'd you say?
I was going to read you a text my mom said. I thought that.
What'd she say?
She said, Charlene has done the best interview of Kamala Harris that I've seen yet. Thank God for Charlene. Long live him and all of his crew. I know that's right, Charlene.
Did she talk about how handsome I am? Did she say anything about that?
No, I think she missed that part. You know, she wear glasses. She might not have them on.
That's not true. She's told me I'm a very handsome man, so and I know she said that again in the text. And I know you hating, and I know you don't want to relay that message, okay? But it's okay. It's okay.
Donkey of the Day is sponsored by renowned personal injury attorney Michael the Bull Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey when you need a fighter on your side. If you're ever injured, go to michaelthebull.com. That's michaelthebull.com. And when you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.